I was with a couple friends the other weekend. We were drinking. Drinks were flowing, and I was like, like, realistically, like, I'm probably my girl's third best dick.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. Why don't you just shut the fuck up, man?
What the hell?
Why don't you just shut the fuck up?
What does that mean?
Why does this guy gotta say hi to you, man?
It's not.
Why you gotta force this morning greeting on this poor bastard?
It's
who just
not
wants to
even.
sit there, huh?
It's,
huh? Why you gotta do that? Leave that old man alone.
It's weird to not.
Just shut the fuck up.
It's not. I'm not like making a scene. Like I'm just standing in front of a person. I'm just saying good morning.
Oh, you're not making a scene? You're making a scene? You think he doesn't see that video? You think he doesn't see? You think he doesn't hear about you complaining?
I just got to the office. It's about a little after 11 a.m. early morning today. How hard is it to say hi to people? It's this fucking place, man. So I've had an ongoing war, and I think many employees here have an ongoing war with the guy downstairs, guy at the front desk. Just outright refuses to say hi to anybody. But today was in particular was like there was a crowd at the front desk, so I kind of got slowed down. So it wasn't just a walk by hi, he doesn't acknowledge you like it usually is. This was like I'm stuck staring at him. He's stuck staring at me. I said, "How you doing? Good morning." And he just fucking kept staring right through me. Not the way you want to start the day. Get on the elevator. None other than Frank the Tank and another woman going to a different floor. I said, "Frank, how you doing?" Just stared at me and breathed Darth Vader style. I don't know. I'm guessing the Mets lost last night. I'm guessing something terrible happened last night. Just stared and kept going. To the point where the other woman in the elevator, it was uncomfortable. There was a feeling in the elevator that was very uncomfortable where the woman was definitely thinking, are these two sworn enemies? Are they going to hit each other? What is happening here? And I just get out. And that's how you start your day. That's how you start your day. Just fucking two people staring through your soul, refusing to say good morning. Almost good afternoon.
This man probably knows exactly who you are, and he said, "Fuck you,
bro." It was so they have that like borderline. By the way, if anyone doesn't know, this morning I walked in, and it's just like it's a daunting task walking into this office anyway. And then you walk by that guy, and it's like, "Fuck, this day sucks already." And then I get on the elevator with Frank the Tank, and
that's a different story.
And Frank just stared at me like this. That was the one, right? The other guy, that happens to me every morning.
Like a dragon inside
I said
a mountain.
It was like Darth Vader. I was just like, good morning. I was like, hey, Frank, how we doing?
You just see his nostrils flaring up and down.
There was another woman in the elevator who was like, is this a blood feud? Like, what is happening? That woman thought she walked into like a karate movie and we were about to have like some close combat fight situation.
Bro, I swear to God.
There was tension, Kevin.
Well, we've had the conversation a million times about who you send to meet aliens for the first time. And people say, well, do we send someone if they're going to be nice? Do we send someone if they're going to be bad? We don't know. How about we just send Frank the Tank and they'll just fucking leave and be like, they're either disgusting and we don't want them, or like, we want no part of this. Goodbye. That man.
I just say like, if someone's in passing and you grunt at him, whatever.
That man, but back to the security guard. You're a cheery greeter.
Not all the time. I'm
a cheery goodbyer.
Because me and that guy are tight. We do it to each other. Like that's like we're boys. Usually I'm just like, hey, good morning. I don't come in like it's a fucking sitcom.
Okay, all right. Here's the thing. What you don't understand is how many people walk through that door.
Man.
What if you're
how often do we see people in there? That's why I think even like the barrier is completely unnecessary. There's never people in that hallway.
I don't know. Every time I'm in there's somebody in the elevator. There's strangers.
But it's one thing if
your whole life has to go, hey, good morning. Good morning.
I don't care. If you don't look up, I don't care.
Good morning.
It's when you stare at me, when you look me in the eye. That's bizarre. That's insane behavior.
Dominance.
If you're doing something, fucking of course, keep doing what you're doing.
Maybe have you ever thought that he just doesn't like you?
I haven't thought it. It's become painfully aware.
Yeah. You know, it's one thing if he's just.
And then, by the way,
rude,
then
but if
I
he's
filmed
got
this
a
video.
reason-
I film his video. Oh, I'll be like, no one says hi to me, blah, blah, blah. Don Chen's walks in. I go, good morning.
Nothing.
Don Chen's walks out.
Nothing.
Hi.
You said hi? Hi, not very loudly.
Not loud enough for John. Not a
I
good
was-
enough hello.
I was hitting post, and then I was like, in my head, I was like, I had headphones in, not playing anything, so I would have been able to hear. And I was like, he didn't say hi yet. This is insanity. I started to wonder if I was even alive.
At least you guys are talking shit while I'm in the room instead of last time I had to find out from Nick.
That's the punishment you get for being 10 minutes late. That's what you got.
And I also went on the record. I wasn't primping my hair. I was blow drying it with the hair dryer I brought from home because the ones in the hotel suck.
That is true.
That is true. That is facts. I do. I can
knew it was
respect
some
that.
Italian shit, though.
Yeah. I figured he like ran down to the lobby and was like, "Fuck, I forgot my cologne." Ran back up. Why don't you fucking sack up and confront this guy?
Yeah, right.
Why don't we do it on camera?
No way.
You want me to do it for you, little baby? You want me to go over and say,
told me
you know,
that.
I do this on the playground with my kids. You want me to go over and say, "Can you play nicely? My son wants to be friends with you. He doesn't. You don't say hi to him. Can we be friends?"
Zaz said it's outright because he's racist.
Maybe.
Zaz like he says hi to me all the time.
Maybe he's like, "You fucking cracker, shut up."
Zaz said that like he's like
Wait, let's do a test. Let's get
The
like,
test.
he says it. I think it's just Barstool people. He says hi to other people.
but not Barstool.
It's not. He said me, you.
But he does say hi.
Just say hi to Zah. It is.
So next time we have more
this
than
goes
one
all the
black
way to
person
the
in
top.
office.
This is a big. This isn't just.
There's levels to this.
This is. It's become clear. It's become very apparent. This isn't like he doesn't like me in particular. This isn't like he doesn't say hi to anybody. This is he picks and chooses certain people to say hi to.
I respect it. You get no high?
I get no high. And then there were 3 people behind me that didn't look like me that they all said hi.
Well, now I get it. That's fine. He's racist. I swear to God, that's better than being like a weird like social misfit. It's like, I don't like white people.
But like today I just laughed in his face because again there were people like rummaging in their bags, so we were just stuck. I couldn't move because they had that rope there, so I couldn't go around these people. Those people weren't moving, so it was just me and him. And I was like, "Good morning," and it went exactly like this. And I was like, "All right, man. Like you're just pretending I'm not standing here, dude. That's bizarre."
Let's see.
How's it going? Pretty good.
No way, dude. Bro,
No,
got it.
You just suck. I was gonna say I'm kind of tempted to just go down and talk to him.
He says hi to me every morning.
He says hi to me too.
So
Just you two.
It's
idiots.
just
You know,
us.
you guys dress like assholes. Like, look at these two fucking pussies.
Frank goes, yes. It was the
I'm
Mets."
so inclined. Like I so interested. I don't do any of this shit.
Go do a
Everyone's
lap.
here to, yeah, okay.
So it wasn't.
Well, I mean, no right. There's. I thought I was gonna just be able to say, listen, he's just here for fucking. He's not a greeter. He's a security guard, but he's just picking and choosing.
it turns out it's the majority of people.
Yeah. It seems like it's just the two of you.
There's no. Greer said he has hi to him. I think Greer said that guy fucking sucks. But it's when you say hi. And it's not returned. And I could just stop saying hi, but that to me that strikes me as rude to just walk by somebody and not acknowledge their existence.
That's honestly the downfall of society. You know? If we can't even just,
But when
just
it's
give
like
me a nod or whatever.
just yeah, like no nod, no. That was such a good nod. I was like, who the fuck just walked through the wall?
I'm a great nodder. Give me good nods.
It is, but it like every day. I know I'm gonna get in the elevator, and it's gonna be like, because it's just like a little. I'm excited. I'm happy. I walk into work. I listen to some music.
I think you're a bit too cheery for New York.
But it's like
I think you know what it is. I'll tell you what the problem is. It's your walk. That bouncy walk.
yeah,
You got the bunny rabbit hops going,
But the city's got bounce. We talked about that.
but you know, not him, not his city. His city's fucking, you know, nothing but security guard bullshit. You know?
It is.
He's probably coming off like a 8-hour shift or what. I mean, that's another thing too. Like, do we have security at night or no?
No.
No, they leave. So what is he why isn't he there right now at noon? Maybe he just got off for lunch or something.
Probably, yeah.
But he's probably just like, man, fuck this. Like $10 an hour job. I hate this shit. Look at this guy bebopping in here like it's like life is happy. Fuck this guy and his dumb friend with the weird pants. I love this guy.
It is
tomorrow. Bro. I am so like I don't care about any of this shit. I don't even know what that guy looks like.
That's crazy.
I when we went down there and I thought he was on the phone, the other guy. And I was like,
bald guy?
Yeah.
That guy's the man.
I was like, is that him? And Pat was like, no. I was like, I could have been. I don't know any of this shit. Like, I'm just.
To me, it feels weird to be in a room with somebody and just not acknowledge they exist.
But it's not like a room. I mean, yes, this guy should just say hello. But like he's.
But that's why I'm saying I can't not say hello.
Yeah.
Like it feels really rude to me to just like walk by.
You're a big hello guy. You're a big hello guy. You're a big greeter.
Being this guy,
you do it to like bartenders and waitresses and like, you know, I don't know, anybody that's like a stranger that you have interaction with for various reasons in life. You know?
Yeah, I'm not like, hey, what's your name? Where you're from? But I just say hello.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Stop being so greedy, right?
I'm not like, what did you study in college? I'm not like starting like full dad conversations. I just
maybe you should
acknowledge they're alive.
Maybe you know, it's like you just like cold hitting on a girl at a bar. Maybe you should find something out about him. Maybe you should, hey,
his wife's from
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe.
The Mets game, man. There you go. Why don't you come in tomorrow wearing like some traditional Zimbabwean garb?
I don't want to start a thing. It's just like I just want to.
Oh, you want a thing?
Hi.
You want a thing?
I don't.
You started a thing. You don't want to start a thing?
No,
I'm starting a thing.
I don't want to have like a relationship with him where we talk, but it's just you
could have fooled me. Could have fooled me with your minute fucking long Twitter video.
I think you just say hi. Hello.
I hope this man never says hello to you.
I mean, it's clear he's not going to. I mean, he probably doesn't even know what Barstool is. So he's going to see this video and change his ways. It's just going to.
But there's enough white people now who are getting the hello.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I've never said he was racist. Za said he was racist. I quoted Za. It's a minty situation.
Dude, one we'll keep this out, but one morning he didn't say hello to me, and he was playing aloud, like a political speaker talking about like white supremacy. I swear to God.
No, keep that in.
Yeah, really?
Totally keep that in.
I'm just gonna start leaving notes. When I leave at night, I'm leaving notes so he sees it in the morning. Like, just so you know, white supremacy wasn't me. Like, I am also anti-white supremacy.
Just walking in the morning. You know, I'm in favor of reparations. Morning. How are you? Just so you know. Well, I don't know. Maybe you should just shut the fuck up. Maybe he knows who you are. Maybe he hates you.
Again,
maybe he listens to KFC Radio and he's like, I hate you.
I think we.
Wouldn't that be so funny if you like confronted him and he was just like, man, I'm a Pardon My Take fan. Shut the fuck up.
Like, no, it's just like this is the same thing as the white supremacy thing.
Here's a tip. Don't overthink your Father's Day gift, right? He's richer than you already, so you don't have to get him something nice. It says that in the copy. I don't know if, I guess with a younger audience, it's to be assumed your dad's richer than you. But I don't know. Whatever. Fuck your dad. Get him something from Barstool Sports. That's kind of what we're saying, right? Like, I don't know. Whatever. I'm just going to do the fucking ad read. Yeah, we had tons of stuff in the store. We got all the dad stuff, dad hats, Ashton Kutcher's. You've seen him wearing them. They're wearing them on buses all the time. Girl dad, I'm sure there's boy dad. But let's be honest, what your dad really wants is foreplay shit. Okay? We can get sad boy stuff. Your dad probably isn't a sad boy guy. That's okay. Moon Man stuff. Foreplay is probably, that's your dad stuff. If you got a new spring line, they got club heads. Get him, I don't know, your dad probably likes Saturdays for the boys shit. Get him Saturdays for the boys stuff. Whatever. Go to the Barstool Sports store. And that's it. No code.
We got Camille Kostek on the show, who came in just looking offensively pretty. She's a gorgeous chick, man.
Yeah. She's my fiance, so watch what you say.
Oh, did we see her first pitch?
Yeah, she threw a strike, but nothing, no bad football.
Yeah? All right, calm down, John. Honestly, I didn't think about what else we're talking about today.
We can talk about your shoes.
You like my shoes?
If I was in these shoes, that would have been all we talked about today.
You think so?
I think you would have made.
I think these are more you shoe than me shoe.
That's what I mean.
But I wouldn't have said anything because they're
because they're me.
because
It's a break from Kevin's tradition.
Well, I wanted to get a low top pair of Wallabies, and these I got like a regular pair, but then these jumped out at me.
They are. They're nice. All right, that shoe topic's done.
That's talking shoes with the boys.
Is Happy Gilmore Swing the most iconic thing in movies ever?
Happy Gilmore Swing was I mean, no. Maybe in a sports movie ever.
What would be more iconic than that?
Like Darth Vader's voice.
I guess that kind of counts as a thing.
What do you mean, like a physical activity?
Like something like if you just like if you saw someone at the driving range, you go, he's doing Happy Gilmore.
Yes. Okay. So that kind of is like an act out, like something you can act out that you immediately know they're doing a thing from a movie.
Yeah. I couldn't even think of other things.
I think again, Star Wars. If you saw people like pretending to do a lightsaber,
but
thing,
they could be sword.
It could be sword, but I think
that's what lightsabers are.
Like,
sword fighting.
Yeah, but I think there's a way that the nerds would do it, where they're like, they push their button and they make noises and all that shit. You know what I mean? If you saw two people going, you would know they're having a sword fight, lightsaber fight. The Happy Gilmore is way up there, though.
I think it's one of the more defining movie things of all time. Like that has, I'm sure kids do it, and it's not that kids still do it and they don't know what the kids know they're doing that Happy Gilmore. I would think
new kids have no idea. Yeah, I don't think so at all.
Oh, you think they don't know it's called the Happy Gilmore?
Like young kids?
I think they just call it the Happy. They don't know why they call it Happy Gilmore. Because there's nothing else you can call it.
I don't know. I think this might be one of those things where if you said to Gen Z, like, who's Happy Gilmore, they would be like, I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. They don't know why it's called Happy Gilmore. They just know that's that golf swing.
Maybe. That would be a good question. Because it is also just like, I'm going to mash this ball. Like, there is just some inherentness to it.
Yeah.
If Happy Gilmore didn't do that, there would still be dudes who just do that.
True,
you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know if necessarily they would know it or call it the Happy Gilmore. There's got to be something else.
I tried to Google this morning. I couldn't even think
Star Trek nerds. I was trying to think of hand things they do with their hands.
Yeah.
There's the Star Trek fingers.
That's a show first, though, right?
Probably. Yeah, probably. Is there any sort of like salute or
No.
Rookie of the Year when the mom tells him to float it, just float it? That is a great question. Because this is a great question. This is a
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
That's a good one. But that's like a comic book and a person and a thing. Like Happy Gilmore is a movie. And that's it. Because everybody talks about what's the most iconic quote. I am your father, which is funny because it's wrong, you know? Like,
is it?
Luke, I am your father is never said. It's like, right? It's the other way around. I am your father, Luke, or something like that.
Really?
So like everybody always does it like, Luke, like, Luke.
That's Tommy Boy.
I am your father. Yeah. Yeah, look, I mean, that's funny if Tommy Boy... Huh. I was about to say like that's not the Tommy Boy, but maybe it's Tommy Boy.
Yeah, I knew he said it in Tommy Boy, but I didn't think that was like the first time.
I am your father.
No, I am your father. Wow, that's funny.
Man. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So if that's not the quote, but Chris Farley said that, that's great. That's a fun fact.
Yeah, it is.
Fun fact of the day. You know, everyone knows that Darth Vader is the line is misquoted, but did you know? It's actually because of Chris Farley.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
That's weird. I guess that makes sense why I thought of it. But
you know what's weird? When did Tommy Boy come out? Mid 90s, right?
96 maybe.
Yeah. Okay. So I for sure talked into a fan before Tommy Boy. Did you ever do that as a kid?
I would think so. Yeah.
So I think that was probably just something when fans were invented in like the 40s or 50s where people figured that out and kids did it. And I feel like I did Darth Vader because that's the most robotic-y sounding voice, you know?
Yeah.
But I probably didn't say, Luke, I am your father. I don't know, you know?
I am your father.
That's wild. That's a good, Mandela Effect type thing where... Because there's just layers to it. It's like everyone knows it's misquoted, but did you know why it's misquoted?
Yeah.
It's because someone else did it in a movie. I'm still stuck on this most iconic thing you can do in a movie.
It's very slim pickings. Like I said, I tried to Google it this morning.
What made you think of this? Did you watch Happy Gilmore, or were you?
I watched Happy Gilmore over.
Thinking about Happy Gilmore, or were you thinking about iconic things you can do in movies?
I watched Happy Gilmore over the weekend, and then I saw a tweet from Lights Camera, where I think Brandon said Rocky IV is the most influential movie of all time, and the I made me think iconic. Maybe rethink about Happy Gilmore this weekend.
Most influential?
I think that was the word it used.
That's a bold.
Yeah, is Rocky one of the most Rocky as a whole? Is Rocky one of the most influential movies of all time?
Okay, that I think is different. For some reason, I thought you said Rocky IV. You said Rocky.
I did say Rocky IV, but
Yeah,
I
okay.
misremembered.
Yeah, I mean Rocky. That might be another one. If you see someone running upstairs and putting their hands up, they're doing
that's
the Rocky.
for sure. I actually thought of that.
The only other thing that I can think of, it's probably all from like movies and. What do you think is the most influential thing in sports?
Forward pass.
No. Like a thing that you would be like, that's someone you'd be like, that's Happy Gilmore.
Jordan
Dunk, like the runway dunk.
Yeah.
I think the Griffey swing's up there.
It's the Griffey swing is the lesser popular of the Jordan dunk.
The Dion like high stepping.
Yeah, also there. Those are all good ones.
Ray
but
Lewis
I think
murder dance.
It's Jordan. It's Ray Lewis. The dance is good.
To me, that's probably like a Mount Rushmore right there.
Yeah.
Jordan, Griffey, Dion, Ray Lewis.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay,
really,
now what do you think are the most influential Mount Rushmore for porn?
There it is. And now the
Enough
show has
sports talk.
started.
Yeah. I would say Heather Brooke, deep throating. Cytherea,
Yep.
probably Adriana Chechik doing anal. Or Belladonna
That
doing
has
anal.
been done for so long.
Belladonna, who's like the queen with their butt. I saw your brow furrow. You got a thought on the mind.
No, I know. I think I thought of Belladonna.
Just maybe perk up. And Peter North, cum shots. Bam.
Wow,
There
you're
you
on
go.
fire right now.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
While we're talking porn, the 9/11 thing from the other day.
Don't ruin it.
Oh no,
Oh, I
not
thought you
at
were
all.
gonna tell me it's not true or something.
Not at all.
That is my favorite thing ever. I texted John. I think as long as I'm hoping that My Chemical Romance is interesting enough that there's like stories and connections, because I think it could be one of the funniest and most influential things that could come out of KFC Radio. Like if, like kind of right now, like for instance, when we're at the live shows, we do like iconic voicemails that people remember, and they're like yelling it out at us. And I think we could get to a point if it goes right, where people are like, blah 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 is responsible. Osama bin Laden is responsible for Nintendo 64, or, whatever. I guess that can be possible, but you know what I mean. Because it is just it's so fucking funny.
It's so funny, and it's awesome. It's incredible.
I put the clip up. And tagged Alex Cooper and Violet Benson, who runs the original Daddy account. She like put like laugh emojis, and I was like, "You too, bitch. You better say thank you to Osama bin Laden too. All you girls, anybody out here profiting off of the new like sex positive world,
Not just profiting, people are just enjoying.
Here's a legit question.
Well, hang on, but no, you go question first.
Well, I'm just like, let's say you're one of these people who's made a ton of money. Or let's say you're just a very sexual person and you've got a great relationship or whatever. You just like fucking, And it's like, imagine if it really was those domino effects. and it was like you can snap your fingers and get rid of 9/11, but like sex becomes the most vanilla, boring, whatever thing ever. Would you do it?
I would do it. I think most people wouldn't, and I don't fault them.
I mean, it's
I don't even know those people. 3,000 people die every day. I don't know. There's a 9/11 every day. There's more than a 9/11 every day.
Oh my God.
I would do it because I don't care about sex enough. But
I think people who would just do it for their sex life are scumbags. Like I just want to fucking choke, so those people got to die. But
you could guilt me. It doesn't even have to be 9/11. You could guilt me like one person. If you're like,
this. I'll show you the face of this little girl.
I guess we'll fucking bring it back.
But let's say it's all true in this fantasy world, and like Alex Cooper would not get that job and get that offer.
Bro, I would not.
Ain't no way she's turning down $60 million.
Dude, I would not. Those motherfuckers return the insurance money?
Okay. What if people knew?
I meant that's always the insurance on the building, not the families themselves.
The eternal, addendum to all these questions. What if people knew? That's the guy who could have gone back in time and saved 3,000 people, and he didn't because he got a $60 million offer from Spotify. Look it over it.
24-hour news cycle. Things are popping up all the time. I'd keep a low profile, and people would see me. They'd be like, "Is that the guy that want to do the? That's the guy who killed everybody, right? Like that's the guy who refused to bring everyone back from the dead.
As long as you get your money, man." You see that Michael J. Fox quote?
Yeah. I already got my money.
It's your movie. That was a very Feitelbergian quote. Like, because I first of all, I think you would be like. I think you'd be like, go ahead, make the reboot. You're big on that, right? Like, go ahead. It doesn't change the original.
Yeah, right.
But like, yeah, I don't know, man. That has nothing to do with me. The check cleared. It would be an interesting.
Wait, before we move on.
Yeah.
So this may come as a shock to everybody. I don't have an awful relationship with everybody I've ever slept with. And some people like certain things in bed. And after I learned that fact, I called them up. I called someone up and I was like, hey, want to hear a funny story? I learned something about 9/11. And
so
I was
just
like,
letting her know that.
Yeah.
The reason that you're into like a little like choking and light slapping is because of.
I was like, when you lay your head down at night every night, you should thank Osama bin Laden. And I explained why and all that stuff. And she was like, that's very funny, but like that wouldn't affect me one way or the other. And I was like, no, I get it. I get what you're saying. Like it's you probably would have found it, but like it made it like mainstream. Like I was like, you probably had that anyway, but like this took it mainstream and it made it okay for you to verbalize that
and
act
then you lean into it
and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And she was like, no.
Tell me what she was doing
And
beforehand.
I was like, okay. She's like, no, like the first time I ever got choked, I went to my sluttiest friend and I told her about how it was. And she was like, oh my God, you're an animal. And I was like, all right, just so you know, I'm fucking killing women now. like I don't need to hear all that fucking. Never mind. I was calling him a fun chat. Fuck you, dude. Just so you know, everyone I fucked since you died by strangulation. So fuck off.
Oh really? Oh yeah. Okay, that's
like,
fucking funny.
I was like, the fuck is this, dude?
That's a funny. It's a dangerous game to play.
Yeah,
And you talk anytime if you're talking
fucking
with an ex,
deleted her number, like fucking block.
you talk with an ex about like the sex you used to have, and it's like a funny flirty thing as long as it's all it's allowed and proper. You're not cheating or anything like that. It's like, oh, remember this, remember that, and then the minute though that it's like, yeah, like you just see what I'm doing now or whatever, or what I do without you. It's like, okay, never mind.
Yeah. Wait on a second. I'm the one driving this bus.
You ever think about all the people, like all the guys afterwards, where you're like, you're welcome? Like certain people that you like
I think about it
For
almost
lack of a better word, broken.
I think about it like I'm like, you're welcome. Like anything you do is amazing now.
Oh, like you set the bar so low.
Yeah.
That might be true. That might be true. But I bet you, for all your talk, I bet you throw down. I bet John throws down. And then like
As long as the TV stays on.
as long as I can watch my Fast Five.
Depends if I got a hangover. If I got a hangover, just give me a kiss while I jerk off.
Give me a kiss.
And we can count that as sex.
I don't know, man. There was physical touch and you were coming. It's fine enough for me.
Hey, aren't you horny? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. It's a great. That's like one of those like. That's like a little kid. Like I've said to Shay before. I'm like, do you have to go to the bathroom? And she'll go. She pushes on her stomach. No, I'm good. It's like, are you horny? It's like,
that's just. I like that. That's just checking to see how much oil's in the tank. Like,
Yes.
don't need a refill just
No,
yet.
I'm good. But that's like, am I? I wasn't, but now I'm considering it. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, what do you want for dinner today? You want steak? And you're like, well, I didn't think about it until you said that.
Yeah.
Now. But anybody who there's that age period. And I think for us, it coincided with, like, it's one thing when there's those 50 Shades of Grey type revolutions happen in like the 60s and then with the invention of porn or proliferation of porn, all that, keeps progressing. And there are certain times where it really pops off. And the biggest one was the BDSM, choking, slapping, whatever. But that also happened to coincide with like our sexual prime. Because if that shit happens when you're old, it's like, cool, the kids are doing it. But, you're either not fucking at all when you're old or, why you got this smirk in your face?
I'm just thinking about like the BDSM and the toys and stuff like that. Dude, one time it was like around that era. And I was like in a hotel room with like, it was a girl. I don't know, it was a girl who like, we weren't dating, but we were whatever. And she had brought some toys.
Damn.
And
that's kind of aggressive if you're not like
it was
a steady hookup.
Yeah.
But she had like a Santa Claus bag full of them?
It was like no, it was just like a sunglass case. And I believe the quote she had given me was like, I want you to be my sexual revolution or some shit like that. And I was like, all right, fuck, I got nothing going on. And and then
clear my schedule for the next 6 months.
Dude, and so she brought like some toys. And she had him like a sunglass case, like a zipper sunglass case.
Yeah.
And we're like,
was it actually a sunglass case or a case for sex toys?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it was just a sunglass case, but yeah, it looked like whatever. And I didn't know what was in it. And we're like in bed kissing. It's on the nightstand. And like it was a Jack in the Box. The thing popped open. And it was because I guess she didn't close it properly. Mm-hmm. And the butt plug was in it. And she had told me she'd like never done that before. This was the sexual revolution kind of deal. She'd never had any butt stuff, whatever. And bro, the look on both our faces.
Wait, why did it pop?
I guess like the zipper.
Was it one of the inflatable things or like?
No, it was just like the zipper finally gave way. Like it
was just like it's last. It was just
yeah. And she was like, and I was like. And we never used that. And she was just like, no. She was like, no.
I mean, I guess it's
a pretty horrifying image.
It's a little intimidating if it can break through like a zipper.
It just ripped open a case.
Yeah, like, that's gonna go in my ass now. No, that's the sexual revolution is a line. I've had one of my buddies fucked a chick from the Blackout tour. She was a local smoke, and she was a prominent figure in one of the promo videos.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think not, but I think you know who I'm talking about for multiple reasons.
Probably.
I think like she just like is remembered in people's minds, and I think a lot of people spend time with her.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
They call their you guys call her. I don't know what you and your friends called her, but I was called her.
I was just gonna go like this.
Yeah. I can't wait. I don't know. Like, are those videos still out there? I don't want to fucking. There's somebody's out there who's gonna find.
We'll just
it.
throw beeps in. It's probably funny.
She went to. Yeah. Like, had like a proliferation of smokes that was like unfathomable.
But by the way, sorry to interrupt you here. I got a pretty easy who am I the asshole for today. We were supposed to do an interview this morning with fucking Gaz.
What a pussy he is.
Dude, Gaz.
This is why
you fucking bitch, dude.
Nobody knows. This is how many times have we said we're not curing cancer and it's not digging ditches and coal mines and shit, but like Gaz was like, I've been fighting a cold for a couple days.
Dude, my guy
like,
literally
shut the fuck up.
He goes, it wouldn't be a good listening experience. Oh yeah, bro, you're the first guy to ever do a podcast with a cold. Get the fuck out of here,
pussy. Dude. Yo, I have not felt good.
That's not Milton Tough. That's Miami Soft.
Yeah, that's really not mine. Not mine, Gaz. I have done a podcast. I have not felt good doing a podcast. Maybe ever. Since minimum 2013. Maybe like 1 year in. I can remember like there was like a 3-episode span where we figured out like who was going to be on the show. Like in the beginning, it was kind of nerve-wracking and I wasn't good at it and it was taking I couldn't fill up an hour. And then when I was introducing you guys, it was like, are these guys going to be a fit? Are they not? Once I knew, okay, this is the show. And like we got good enough got enough voicemails. There was about 3 episodes that I enjoyed. This is fun. I'm hanging out with the boys. We got a lot of callers. Maybe this will be a thing. And the next episode, it was like, let's go. Let's build off the last one. Keep it moving. And by the 3rd one, I was like, we're doing this again, but okay. And by the 4th one, I was like, fuck. And ever since, just been like, oh, the mic's on. Okay.
Dude. And then here's
read it out verbatim.
Here it
pussy,
is.
That bald Paul, you bald pussy.
Am I gonna jam you assholes up if we do KFC Radio another time? I've been battling a cold since yesterday.
By the
way, bro, since yesterday, guys.
Yes. The time period and the word choice, like people say, you battle cancer. You lost your battle to cancer.
I've been battling a cold since yesterday.
I've been battling a cold since '98. I've been battling a cold legitimately for the last 6 months.
Yeah, there was a breeze in Miami over the weekend. I got the sniffies.
Yeah, well, I got too much vitamin D.
I've been battling a cold since yesterday. Can't stop coughing. Prob not the best experience for a listener. Whoa.
Prob suck my dick, guys.
I'm at airport now. Then he says if it's a tough situation, he can power through it.
Like he's getting in now?
I guess he's getting in, yeah.
Or is he like turning around?
I'm too sick to be in New York. I have a cold. I'm flying home. Fucking asshole.
Yes or no? This has to just do with some chickies fucking. Like he got an offer to be, somewhere else and was like, I gotta go, guys. If it really is just a cold,
battling a cold since yesterday. Have a glass of water and shut up, dude. Fucking insane.
Take 2 Tylenol and talk on the fucking microphone, you dumb dickhead.
Oh my god.
So that would have been a good one. As much as we make fun of him, he has a unique perspective on all this Barstool shit. But apparently he's gone soft, like a floppy, soft fleshlight.
Miami
I'm gonna call Paul just Fleshlight from now on. Fleshlight Paul. Fleshlight Golzinski. Sales guy, aka pussy.
Anyway, so that could be am I the asshole? Gaz is the asshole, yes.
Period. Done.
Celtics just went down 1-0 in the series. I'm sure that means that the odds are great in their favor right now because they're the better team. They're the number 2 seed, I believe. Yes, they're the 2 seed. Heat are the 8 seed. They're probably going to win the series because Boston's the best. Boston's the best. So you would be smart right now to bet Celtics plus whatever they are. And the best place to do that is the Barstool Sportsbook. The Barstool Sportsbook is now offering a $1,000 bonus for new players. If your first $1,000, Jesus, heavens to Betsy, holy tamale. If your first bet loses, get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. So download and create an account today. Use code KFC to unlock your $1,000 bonus. And be sure to use code KFC to unlock your $1,000 bonus. Terms apply. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Also, by the way, I like the Knights to win the Stanley Cup. That's another one. Free bet. Not $1,000 free bet like you can get on the Barstool Sportsbook if you download the app and use code KFC right now. But it's a free bet for you. I'm going to keep moving my finger.
What have we got? I don't know. I can't think of any like topics or segues and shit today. What else is going on in the world?
There was Meghan Markle, and Prince Harry are definitely lying about some shit.
No fucking care. Those two have been lying.
They said they were in a 2-hour car chase around Manhattan last night. And
hell yeah!
And the NYPD is like, "What are you talking about? How you have a 2-hour car chase around Manhattan?"
Meghan Markle, Prince Harry, and Markle's mother were involved in a near catastrophic car chase at the hands of a ring of highly aggressive paparazzi. This bitch wants to be Diana so bad. The paparazzi were tailing them from the Ziegfeld ballroom around 8. I thought the Ziegfeld was closed. Around 8:30 p.m. when Markle received the Foundation Women Vision Award. Nobody cares about you. Very small number of NYPD officers were with them when they observed multiple paparazzi following Meghan and Harry in cars. I mean, that I do believe. I could see paparazzi driving around behind them. That's what the paparazzi do.
Yeah. I don't
to
understand
call it
how...
a catastrophic car chase. What is it? The Italian job where you like driving on the fucking sidewalks and ripping through Central Park and running over people?
I just don't get how this just stop the car.
Well, no, you don't want to do that though.
Why?
Because then they get you.
Yeah. Then they take a picture of you.
Yeah.
If it's like if I'm on a high speed chase through Manhattan streets, I'm like, I'm just gonna stop.
Right. Like, let's just take the pictures for the 5 millionth time before.
Or if I'm like ripping through a tunnel in Paris,
yeah,
like, I'm just gonna chill for a second.
Yeah. I mean, I guess these people are just so fed up with being harassed that they're like, let's get the fuck out of here. But I am always of the school of thought. It's better to just take the picture, give them a quote, and then they go. But I guess they don't. They just stay there.
Yeah, I would I'd be like, hey, stop the car, and I would just sit there for as long as I don't know.
But like, what you know? What
this
I mean?
isn't ideal.
Sometimes these people just don't go. What if it was just standing outside your car, just be, hey Megan, what do you think about the Queen? What do you think about the coronations? And they just don't. They're such fucking animals.
But I like to think of it as it's not made up and it actually did happen, despite the NYPD saying we don't know what you're talking about. But I like to think of the royal family just deciding she had to die and not being able to think of a second idea on how to kill somebody. Like, I guess we'll just run it back, boys.
We haven't tried it since. Like it's one for one. Yeah. You at least got to give it a shot. The NYPD.
Ask OJ. Like, OJ, how do you kill people? Like, imagine like OJ's new wife. Like her head's just cut off too, and he's like, I didn't have a second one.
He was making videos about the Murdoch case, the that weird one in South Carolina, like
yes.
He started his video like, people have been asking me a lot about this, and I don't know why, but
I gotta guess, OJ.
I could probably. I don't know why they think I'm an expert on it.
That's like something objectively. They know you've gone to a murder trial.
Like at the very least, you could say, hey, OJ, what's it like to stand accused of murder? Yeah. That is not.
To be like, I don't know why they're asking me. The famous murder case. That's why.
I mean, he is just so.
Michael Jordan. I don't know why they're asking me about basketball.
There's something about his voice, too. He's like, hello, world. What do you think right now if OJ Simpson got murdered? What do you think people would say? Like, good riddance? Like, ball don't lie? Or do you think there'd be people who are like sad?
Oh no, I don't think anyone would be sad.
Because like in the moment, remember, like it was, it became such a racial thing, and there were people who were like, "Fuck yeah!" Like,
yeah,
fuck
I guess it probably would.
And like,
be.
OJ beat the system, beat the man, and it was kind of like not a hero because I think people were still like, but it was more of like a celebration of like fuck the LAPD, and fuck Mark Furman and all those guys, but like so
that hero cop
became. Yeah, that hero cop.
That's a Always Sunny quote, just so people know.
No, but remember didn't he like win he got like promoted to like
yeah,
like something recently.
Yeah,
like in the
he's-
2000s, he like was like a lifetime award or some shit like that.
I think Frank's like they went sniffing around that hero cop's house.
Mark Furman, what a fucking dickhead that guy was. A lot of dickheads out there today.
It's always good. Just a good rule to just not keep Nazi paraphernalia in the house.
Yeah, like even for whatever reason you might have. Oh, check out my new show coming out next week.
By the way, that's why I'm mad that Gaz isn't here. So I want to be like, is it true that I have to fucking confirm with you comedy stuff?
Yeah. I don't even know if I want this publicly out there that Paul Golzinski has control over some of the New York comedy branch.
I don't know that that's true. Someone told it to me, like, you got to run it by Gaz. I was
Well,
like,
Gaz is the gatekeeper of social media. This is why we want to talk to him, because he, arguably social media is, those platforms are the most important thing at Barstool right now. You know what I mean? Like, if you took away TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, it's like we could still blog, we would have our internal player, but like, you're kind of fucked. And he's the gatekeeper of all that. So he's, it's a very intriguing position, but my oh my, if we're talking about him like
I don't know if I like this sketch.
Yeah.
I don't know if I care, Paul.
Yeah. I don't know if I give a fuck about your opinion on that. Well, he in his defense,
If he doesn't want to post on Instagram, that's fine. But,
in his defense, he's never said to me like, I don't like your video. As a matter of fact, he'll usually be like,
oh, I know he
funny.
won't like it.
But
I know.
You think so? You don't think he?
Gaz doesn't like funny stuff. Like Gaz doesn't like Gaz likes drama.
Yeah, that's true.
Like Gaz is like a talk radio guy. I don't even mean this insultingly. It's just like factual. Like Gaz likes drama and gossip and stuff like that. Like Gaz doesn't consume funny things. He doesn't watch like funny TV shows or funny movies and stuff like that.
He's just a pot stirrer.
Yeah.
He just loves the drama. You're right.
So it's like this is a funny sketch. No matter what, he'll be like, I don't get it.
Yeah. I mean, we always run into that a little bit, because that's, he's from like the Dave school of the Dave philosophy. And Dave, the day that Dave finds like a scripted written skit funny will be the day he's dead. Like,
yeah, exactly. Dave won't find it funny. Dave, I'm sure Dave hates Out of Order.
Like Dave could watch like the Chappelle Show. I think you should leave, like all that shit, and be like,
it would not interest him at all.
It's crazy to me.
Which again, I don't mean insultingly. People like what they like. It's just like that's not their bag. So it's very interesting for that to be the person I have to run things by.
Right. Well, it is more just like, I can't put this on our channel,
which is fine.
Yeah, but it is, it's like it's a little like inside baseball with Barstool here, but it's like when I was starting 1 Minute Man, not starting, like in the middle of it, when it was like, we can't post this and we can't post that. And I would be like, you fucking pussies, like, just do it. We've got to take some risks. You got to push back a little bit. And then I would post it on my personal account. And more often than not, I don't get pinched, because it's just smaller and not a brand, not a company. Mm-hmm. They let it slide for whatever reason. But like one time I did, and it has just completely shut down my growth, and like I've been shadow banned like forever because of it. And I was like, wasn't worth it. Absolutely wasn't worth it. And he's like, that's what I deal with every fuck. I have, you're talking about just like your series. I've got his, hers, this, that, and the other thing. And any single one of them, let alone if they all are risky, because all of them are telling, fuck you, just post it. Fuck you, just post it. If I listened to all of you, all of it would be risky. Multiple ones would get flagged. And like, we don't have 13 million followers on our Instagram, which means we're not a global name. And next thing you know, we're like we're not making money as a company. So we
kind of talk about that with
like,
Dante's on Monday's episode. And we kind of talk about that with him when you deal with. It's the eternal struggle of like someone who's trying to be creative or someone who's a suit, where it's like you're trying to protect a job and in turn something else. and I'm trying to create something like a
great.
lame word, but you know what I mean.
But
Like,
yeah.
I'm trying to do something
No,
that's
but
like
you are.
a little
I mean,
different, a little like
Dude, at this point, it was one thing when we used to like. I would never say that we created blogs. You just fucking churned out a blog and you wrote it, But I mean, at this point, you guys are writing it, acting it, and certainly.
Oh, I wasn't even talking about us. I was talking about 1 Minute Man.
Oh yeah, and that one's a little more like that's cheap. It's like.
But anything you
guys
do,
are-
you're creating.
Right,
So like
right.
it is.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't talking about. I just meant like anyone who's trying in creative is creating.
Yeah.
Again, it just sounds so fucking gay to say, but
Right.
it's the definition of what it is.
Content creator.
And so it's like, I'm trying to make something different. Again, I'm not talking about it. I mean, anyone who's doing anything here at Barstool.
Yep.
Trying to do something like unique and different and something that'll get attention. And it's like, well, that'll get us nicked for this. I was like, what? Damn it, motherfucker.
Right. No, I know. And then that's where I get like, delusions of grandeur of like, I'll just do it myself and we'll just like, post it and people, if they like it, they'll pay for it or, I'll do it wherever and it'll grow on its own organically and I'll show them. And then it's like, oh, nope, you got like a strike against you. And now, it's like, fuck, never mind. Can't do it. It is forever a push-pull. Unfortunately, I think it's like anything else in life where, they say like you're born Democratic and you die Republican sort of thing. Like as time goes on, you kind of get more and more, jaded or a little bitter, or like you just see how the game works or your risk reward levels kind of shift. But I mean, I was never like a fight for freedom of speech, but I was always kind of like, we have to say what we want and do what we want. And then eventually it's like, nah, not really.
I mean,
not if it's going to like help, like if Facebook can't be monetized for an entire month for the company because I, wanted to get a joke off about something or use a video about something, it's objectively not worth that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But where you draw the line of what is worth it is where, it gets dicey.
I still stand by or follow our old thing of like funny's funny. And I don't know if that was necessarily our thing that we invented, but it's what we used to say all the time. Like, if it's funny, then it's funny. And that's kind of what with that sketch, which isn't done. It might not be funny. Like, the final product might not be funny. But that is one where I'm like, well, if it's funny, then we're going to post it.
Yeah. I mean, and we need more. I think we need more of that. You got to have a few more people that have that mentality because, you got to do multiple people do it and it kind of becomes like infectious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't just be like the one guy who's on an island posting edgy or whatever the fuck you want to call it stuff, But fuck Gaz, man. I got a cold.
Hope you get better, guys. Hope your cold
I
heals.
hope you don't. Tall, bald piece of shit.
May 26th, a date that will live in infamy. Mark it on your calendars right now. The Machine is in theaters. If you're listening to this show, you know our best friend Bert. You know he's the man. You know he's a legend. You know he has better stories than anyone in the history of the planet. Now, those stories are coming to the silver screen. I said in a previous ad read that Bert will be on an episode next week. It is a 2-hour slugfest. It is incredible. It is so much fun. And he talks in it about his vision and his hope for this movie and for what he hopes to do in Hollywood and what he aspires to achieve. It's all exactly what I would do. It's all exactly what I would want to do and what I want to see happen. So help make that happen. Go see the movie in theaters. It genuinely looks awesome. I'm not just saying that because of an ad read. I'm not just saying that because I'm friends with Bert. I'm saying that because it truly is awesome. I will be dead honest. When we heard about it, well, not we, I'm going to speak for anybody else but myself. When I heard about it, I was like, ooh, I don't know. That's going to be hard to pull off. And when I finally saw the trailer, I was like, holy shit, he did it. As you are listening to this right now, we are filming a commercial that will be out next week for The Machine. We are very involved in this, in the sense that we're paid to promote it and we're friends with the guy. But I feel like I am heavily invested. And if you listen to the show, I feel like you should feel the same way. And do everything we can to blow up, go out there, get this movie the recognition and notoriety it deserves. So please, May 26th, it is rated R. Get your tickets right now. Get your tickets now. Bert wants to do 152 million on opening weekend. It's a tough number to achieve. Get your tickets now. Help get there. Again, rated R, in theaters, May 26th. Go see the machine.
For 3 days, I've been watching Pabs and Feitelberg snicker about how funny the Jake Bass story is. I'm like, tell me the fucking story. They're like, no, you got to hear from Jake. Oh, no, then Jake's not available. I was like, what is the story? So, I mean, I don't want to put pressure on you. The bar is quite high, but I feel like
which one are we talking about?
Oh, jeez, this guy got so fucking many.
I guess we did. Well, one's not a story, one's a take, and I guess we did. We'll start with the other one.
I did know. Okay, yeah. The one I did hear about was your girlfriend in high school,
College.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a Presbyterian.
She was Presbyterian,
which I thought meant you couldn't eat fish for a while. I didn't really know the difference between that.
Right.
So, breaking news to KFC Radio. Jew.
Member of the tribe. Noted member. Comes on and talks to the Gentiles. You're kind of our, what do we call it, a goy or something like that?
You guys are goy.
We're goy.
Yeah, goy is someone who's not Jewish.
You're just like our Jew Sherpa.
Yeah, I guess that's one way to put it. Yeah. So I went to the University of Alabama. Noted state with not a lot of Jews.
Bro, I was going to say, you had to be one of like 5.
So when my sister started there in 2007, she was like one of 3.
But then, like legit, right? Like,
no, there wasn't a lot.
Obviously, we're exaggerating.
And then she ended up. Then her husband, who is 2 years older than her, he was Jewish and went to Alabama too. So he started in 2005.
That doesn't surprise me because they like found each other. Like you, marry. Let's go.
My New England Catholic boarding school with 300 kids in it had more Jews than University of Alabama.
Well, if you go to Hillel.com, actually, there's 1,000. So
what is it?
Like about 1,000.
No, if you go to what?
Hillel, which is like the Jewish student organization on campus,
like the Jewish like counter meter.
Yeah.
Ding 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 ding. But you have 1,000.
1,000 out of
like
30,000.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So finding,
it's like the world population.
It's
a microcosm of. Yeah.
It is funny. It's like less than 1% of the world is Jewish, and we run everything,
run the world.
Yeah.
I don't know why they get offended by that. It's like.
You're rich?
We don't just like run the. Yeah, it's like, I think Ari Shaffir talks about it. He's like, we're smarter and richer and like more powerful than all you guys. Stop saying that. It's like, I would lean into the control the weather joke so hard. I think that's the funniest thing in the world. Yeah. It's like he's the weather man, capital M, like the wizard behind the curtain. If I was Jewish, I would run like every time it would rain. I'd be like, sorry guys, had to break the people off with a couple drops here.
That's the Curb Your Enthusiasm episode where the weatherman keeps saying it's not going to rain, and then everyone goes out to play golf and it's raining. So then when he says it's raining, he goes out and plays golf. But yeah, so finding a Jewish girl to fornicate with was not easy. So I had to talk to you guys.
Were you? You sought that out? Like you were not fucking anybody outside the tribe?
Bro, I'll never forget. So me and this girl inevitably break up. And the first thing, I was crying. I called my mom and was like, we broke up. And she goes, that was never going to work out in the first place. And I think it's just like this attraction of like, there's not a lot of us. We're told from a young age, like, you got to marry Jewish.
Sure.
And all that stuff. But like, I'm not going to marry someone in college. College relationships are all a scam anyway, so it doesn't matter. We're out one night. It
is crazy how you guys get away with the most racist shit. The Italians too, where it's like, don't bring a girl home who's not Italian.
But here's the thing. That's racist. Right? Theirs was rooted in like, we need to repopulate.
Yeah.
Like we got the
a little thing happened in the 30s. That was pretty nuts.
Like we need to pop out strictly Jewish babies because we're running out. You can't run out of Jews.
Like a Siberian tiger.
Yeah.
Like, you guys gotta fuck.
Yeah.
You guys gotta fuck or else.
I'll tell you what, this writer's strike is basically that. Like, you enjoy late night television? Fucking let us have more kids.
Yo, for real, like endangered species. We need to put them in a conservation. What do they call those?
I don't think you should be putting us in a camp to start to see.
Let's put them in a conversation camp. That would be.
We're not too
you guys
fond
want
of
James
camps
Corden back from England? Let us fuck.
Well, let's leave him there. They don't like us.
It's more
over
like,
there,
do you want James Corden to at least have funny material to say with his dumb accent? Like, you need us. Okay, so I didn't realize that though. I mean, I can understand if you're like truly hardcore Jewish and you're practicing and you're like, very devout. But even if you're like a casual member of the tribe, you're like,
my fiance's Jewish.
Did you feel like you had to, or that was just like, that's only what I'm interested in?
I've found that every Jewish girl that I've dated, I just have a lot more.
We all know that.
What?
Does anal. That was always the brother. Always the myth.
The Catholics.
I know. That's why I thought everybody always said that Jewish girls give good head and do anal, and I was like, okay, I guess so. I don't know.
Well, my fiance is Jewish, so I'm not going to comment on that. But I've just found I have a lot more in common with them. Like,
yeah.
And going to Alabama, like, so I'm from Baltimore, so I'm like a Northeast Jew, which is like a very specific kind of human being just in general. And then you come to the South, and it's like Presbyterian. I think Pescatarian is the fish thing.
Right.
Catholic and on all the different kinds. And it's just, you just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
This girl, we dated and it was fun, but like whatever. And one night we were super drunk, got home from the bar and she started like crying, which she would tend to do, which
as they all do.
Yeah. And I was like, what's wrong? And she was like, I'm not baptized. And I was like, we can figure that out. And she goes, and it was like she cut me off and just goes, and I'm dating a Jew. And I was like, well, we can put Epsom salt in the bathtub and do one of them. And then I'll just leave. And like, we never
know.
No, she just she knew. We've been in for like 7 months.
She's just having a drunk breakdown.
Like I have a
like she must have been.
It must have been.
It must have been boiling in the back of her head for a while.
It's like I was a ZBT. Those are the Jews. Like, you went to our house. There's a Star of David in there. Dude, the best actually. This is a funny story. So, being a Jewish kid at Alabama is like whatever. We had like the Jewish fraternity.
Would you go to synagogue and temple and all that shit? No.
I mean, I'll do like high holiday
stuff. Regular.
Yeah, I'm just normal.
Like we call it, Christmas and Easter.
Let me show you. I have a certificate to prove I'm Jewish.
If you're listening, Jake is whipping out his dick right now.
well, technically I am. What does that say when you read that into the mic?
Bris certificate. There it is.
Oh yeah.
Legitimately.
I actually just saw this.
I had the tip of my dick chopped off it's
and they botched it.
The baby's name, the family name, the father's name, the mother's name, date of birth, the date of the bris by
Moishe.
Yeah, Rabbi Moishe Rappaport.
Rappaport.
Huh?
Dan Rappaport.
Yeah.
Huh.
But wait, what does this say? As he has entered into the covenant of Abraham, so may he enter into the world of the Torah, marriage, and a life of good deeds with a clean dick. Cool. Yeah, so this is like, I don't have to show you the dick because I got the
certificate.
Yeah.
So that's it.
So have you only dated Jews?
No.
Well, I mean, this girl obviously wasn't.
I would say
in your travels, like
in my travels, like I'm not like some cocksman, but
right. But okay, when you were dating non-Jews, were you always like, this is just we're not gonna get married or anything? We're just gonna fuck.
Well,
we're just gonna hang out.
I started dating. I started dating my fiance like once I moved to New York.
Okay,
so like
there really hasn't been.
No, like and in college, it was just like it was never really like, what are you?
Right.
Yeah, it was just like. 7.
Yeah.
If I'm lucky. It was never like I wasn't like for me it was like a 5'8" kid walking next to Derrick Henry. It's not like I'm kind of just grabbing what I can in college.
I don't care who you pray to. Whatever.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned Derrick.
Okay.
No, is he in the story?
No, but just Jake.
So where I went wrong was I said you want to be.
You did say
in reality. Okay, we're realists. I've listened to KFC Radio. I get it. I was with a couple friends the other weekend. We were drinking. Drinks were flowing, and I was like, like realistically, like I'm probably my girl's third best dick, and I'm comfortable with that. And they were like, your reaction was like, that's not great.
Well, you said this is
not ideal.
As you mentioned, the word changes everything.
Yeah.
You said you want to be your wife's third.
But like,
like I'm not even shooting for second or first.
No,
I want to.
You were like and then he's being. Owen was so funny. Owen just keeps yelling, dude, stop talking. Because he goes, because realistically, there's the one. That's the one she's still going to talk about to her friends forever.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to be that one. And he's like, well, you want to be that one. That's like, you don't.
But you're not.
You're not. Again, now we're having a different argument. Realistically,
what you want to be.
Realistically, I'm not.
What I want to be is the only one she's ever been with.
Yes.
And in my mind, that's true.
If you believe it. It's not a lie if you believe it, Jerry. So you want to be number one, but you accept that you are number three.
I accept that. And the way that I phrased it was that the number one is like, you always have that number one lay that's like,
no,
fuck.
wait, do you know who these guys are, or you're just
no, I'm speaking with like me and my friends.
Some guy she met in college was like the biggest thing flair of her life.
Fucking what? So like one of my buddies hooked up with his fiance hooked up with Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
So like,
God damn.
Yeah.
No, that by the way, that doesn't necessarily mean like best in bed.
By the way, Derrick Henry, I always bring this up when Derrick Henry's mentioned. I don't understand the magic about him. Because it doesn't make sense.
Brother, he'll run for 200 and then fuck the shit out of your girlfriend.
That's the magic.
Yeah, that's the magic.
But like when he's on the field, he looks humongous.
Yeah.
He's big cat size.
Wait, what?
He's like 6'4", like 240 or something like that.
Yeah, but Big Cat's not running over human beings.
But like even like if you put
but I would have guessed that
other.
like he was like somehow like 6'7".
If you put Dan on a football field, Dan's not going to stick out in his size.
Well, John, what's the key difference between Dan Katz and Derrick Henry?
Muscle mass.
One is Jewish and one isn't.
I'm gonna look at his exact size right now.
I maintain though, like you might not be the biggest, but I've definitely fucked people who have fucked.
Derrick Henry is 6'3", 247.
That's crazy.
That's Dan's size.
That's crazy. Yeah, that is nuts. What?
Yeah, right.
What?
It doesn't make. Because he looks humongous.
He also, I was gonna say
it's not like he doesn't look it. He looks humongous. Wow. But he's 6'3", 247.
Well, he's got
I guess
pads
you're on your pads and your cleats, so you're really like 6'5".
No, cleats go in. Like skates give you another 2 or 3 inches, but like cleats, it's the same.
The hair kind of goes up sometimes, right? He has those like braid that.
He doesn't have like blogger back. You know, he stands up.
Dan's like 6'3", walking around like 5'7".
Well, nothing wrong with being 5'7".
But so just to say, I don't necessarily think just because you're the biggest or the most famous or whatever that's necessarily the best sex they've ever had. Derrick Henry is probably the biggest dick she's fucked.
Yeah,
but I think there's a chance that like that sex is not good. Especially I would almost say like the other direction, like. Those guys, it's like the DiCaprio. They're putting in headphones and banging you out and throwing you out the window.
Yeah, I agree. If it's a smaller dick, it's probably a better like. You know, I probably should have been like, you want to be like the third best pussy eater. You know, just good enough to keep them. But that was the argument. Like, there's the one that's like.
It does make sense too when like if you think about like when girls like, oh, big dick, it hurts. Like a good lay when you're talking about the opposite sex, it doesn't necessarily hurt physically. But it's going to cause you an immense amount of pain in every other aspect of your life. like it is genuinely painful to be around the best person you ever fucked.
And so that's where it comes. So that's where we get to number 2. And so number 2 was like basically like 9 out of 10 times they're better than you, but that one time you got them. Mm-hmm. And that one time isn't worth ruining your entire life to go back to.
It's like Chamberlain and Russell. You know, like he was the best. Wilt snuck in there and got one.
Exactly.
Know? So you're saying it's not worth ruining. Like she wouldn't go back to that second dick.
To ruin everything you
have.
The
marriage, like the relationship, like everything else is good.
Unless she's a fucking bitch. And everyone out there. Some of them are.
I think, when you find somebody who like you like sexually like blow up with, you know what I mean? Like it's fireworks. I think when at certain ages and certain like stages in your life when that happens, it's like all you can think of and all you want and all that matters. And then you realize that, you know, all the toxic shit that might come along with that or whatever. Eventually it's like, okay, it's not worth that, you know? But But wait, so we need to work on your semantics choices here.
Well, that's
because you can't run around saying I want to be my wife's third best date.
We were just in the middle of like writing, and he just goes like, "Boys, I gotta take. You want to be your wife's third best?" We were like, "Wait, what?"
But I think you're still thinking that. I think you're being so realistic that you're like, I can't even in my wildest dreams want to be number 1 or 2.
No, I always want to be number 1 and 2. But when you're dealt with the cards of like throughout life, someone's always been taller than me.
Yeah.
Someone's always been a better basketball player than me. Someone's always been a better comedian. Someone's always been a better fucking whatever. It's crazy to think that someone's not.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is how he was saying it too. Where it was like, it's like, yeah, you don't want to make the most money out of anyone your wife's ever been with. You don't want to be the funniest guy. Like, you want to be all of that. Like, realistically, yes, you're probably not.
I won't. But I don't know, man. I think there is.
I think it's better to live in a life of reality than it is to live in Candyland.
That is true. But I also don't think it's that far-fetched that girls are kind of wired different in a way. And like, first of all, I don't think just because you're big or famous or whatever, that means it's the best sex. So I do think you got a shot at that. And then if it's not like literally the best intercourse, but it might be the best like whole experience in general, chicks will like, they like that. You know what I mean?
Nothing a girl loves more than coming into a room with a couple Dead and Company posters. Just a roach on the floor that she stepped on. You go on to like, you turn on Netflix and you've been watching anime and like, that's it. Let me set the mood, and it's just like based on you, and it's just some fucking busty.
Here, babe, suck this balloon. It'll get good.
She's like, he turned on some music. I was like, how does Europe 72 sound?
Dude, I did that once with a girl in college where I went back to her dorm room. I was a freshman. She was like a junior.
Hey.
And I went back to her room, and it was like, there were those things like girls typically in college had, where it was like those like tapestries.
Oh yeah,
and those were everywhere. And I had never. Huh?
Why is that?
I don't know.
Is Jackie's Bigfoot over there? Yeah. Why do girls have those like cloth tapestries of like tie dye almost?
It was like Urban Outfitters, like, and Free People had a big thing like for a while where they advertised it, and then everyone
did one girl like what?
Yeah, but the cool ones. So in our fraternity house, we breaking news, you love smoking weed. We would hang because
I don't think I knew that.
The fluorescent lights, really?
Yeah, you said that like I don't think that's a very common.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, I knew Seth Rogen did.
So that's one thing that's crazy
Jews,
is like
I would have said like most of the Jews I know I think are kind of like, oh, I can't, my lungs are too, you know what I mean?
Oh no, like
I can see Tommy smoke. Well, he's not Jewish.
He's not Jewish.
No, but he's so Jewish.
Cultural appropriation, brother.
He really is. It really is.
What is he, Italian?
Yeah, Scabelli. He's got to have something else in it. He's got to be like some
maybe his mom.
European.
Maybe his mom went back to that number 2 for a second. But we had super fluorescent lights in our fraternity rooms, so we would hang tapestries. So you'd buy trippy tapestries and hang them up over the lights, and you would look up and fucking 19 years old. This is sick.
Yeah. I'm figuring out the universe.
Yeah, multiple turtle heads.
But she had all those tapestries.
I'll be third best.
and she was like, I'm gonna put on. She like pushed me into bed. I was like, I'm gonna put on the best music to fuck to. And I was like, in my head, I was a virgin. Reality, I'd had sex before. And I was like so nervous. I was like, oh my god. And she put on, bro, like this tribal music that was like drums and like people yelling. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? I wish I had Europe 72 here. Like it was.
Do you think that she was trying to get like super tribal?
It was. She
wanted you to like do tantric shit and like moo at her.
Yeah, she had a bush.
I mean, so
that's. I mean, I was in Vermont too.
Oh yeah,
white chick with a bush listening to tribal.
That's every girl in Vermont.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. You're saying that's common.
Yes. Yeah.
That's every girl.
Yeah. So Mr. Bronze Medal over here, third place on the podium.
Yeah.
And we're sticking with that.
I'm not sticking with it. I really thought I was sitting on the train and I was like, you know who fucking love this? The boys. And then after I had the conversation, I was walking to my desk and I go, I bet you my friends were like, what the fuck is Jake talking about? I bet you at dinner last Friday, my friends were like, I went to take a piss and they were like, we gotta fucking get this guy water. he's saying way too much shit.
They didn't say anything. Were you still going with want at that time?
I was pretty drunk and like looking back on it, like after the conversation.
Guys, let me tell you something really quick.
And they were probably like, is Jake okay? Like, I know he just like proposed and like life's different, but
like I would be more like, God damn, he's in a dark bad spot. We got to pull him out of this. He's dreaming of being third place. Like, no, his self-esteem is low.
So, like, I've been out with Nick a good amount, and like he can attest. Like I just say whatever.
Yeah, and we've heard that.
That's what I always have done. So I think my high school friends, because my 10-year high school reunion was last weekend. And I think they were just like, oh, he's just still doing the thing that he does.
That's just
where
how
he just says things like, like they have a thing called Jake facts. Or it's just like, I would say something, they'd be like, yeah, that's just not right. But okay. Totally. Like the state population of Idaho is like 200,000. They'd be like, yeah, sure, dude. Do you know where Idaho is? So I think they were just like, oh, fucking, he hasn't grown up. But they were laughing.
Nice Spider-Man socks on him.
Yeah. Give it a zoom in.
I got my Spider-Man socks.
Jake's still wearing Spider-Man socks, talking about how he's got a little dick.
I don't have a little dick. He's the one who just said big dicks don't equate to good sex. So
don't necessarily. Mine does.
Jake gets ready for sex like fucking Finland gets ready for the Olympics. Boys, if we come home with a bronze, we fucking crushed it.
I mean, it's better to be realistic. Because then you're going to fucking...
Look, we're not going for gold in this one, fellas, but
here's
on
the
the podium?
I think that's a good, within reason, shooting for bronze, if you're being realistic, is a good thing. Because if you're shooting for... Here's the thing.
It was more so just like, it wasn't like I want to be the third best. It was just like, fucking...
I'm not. Yeah.
I'm good. Like, I'm not saying I'm bad at sex.
I'm just saying. Go in there.
She's probably fucked someone better than me.
Yeah. No. It is a. It's a bold assumption.
Yeah.
That.
I thought it was just guys.
But I don't know. Do you think? Well, yeah. We don't get into specifics, but it's just like sometimes I think you can tell whether that is definitely true or it's like I don't know. She's only dated a few people. She was in that long-term relationship for a while. Like. All the signs are there. Like, this might be the best sex she's ever had. If it's like, she's been single for 10 years, just by the course of numbers, you're probably,
It was more so just a general conversation. And it has nothing to do with like who I'm with now, who I was with in the past, who she was with in the past. It was just like a thought that I had.
Yeah.
That has now tumbled into me saying it to a podcast that hundreds of thousands of people listen to. So like my first fun fact,
Jake.
Fun fact.
Third.
Fun fact. I've never done Barstool content. I've been in Barstool Sports for 6 years. For 6 years.
This is your premiere?
Yeah. So I'm just gonna be a cuck. I did like a podcast with Jackie and Mikey, or Mikey. Except I call you Pavs, Mikey. I've never called him Mikey in my life.
Mikey.
No, like on Foreplay, I didn't talk on the mic because I don't know what about golf.
Yeah.
And like Frankie Trent.
I was gonna say you fit in much better over here.
Yeah, like they're funny and they know what they're talking about, and I've just never been the person to insert myself into content. So like,
if these are the thoughts that run through your head, you can come on whenever you want, man.
If I didn't have like 3 more meetings today, I'd say like, let's get that whistle bit going, and I will sing like a canary. You can get me talking about. I'll make sure they're editing shit out all day. Because there's been times where like.
Because he's seen it. Stifling his laughter over there.
Yeah, he's seen it.
Yeah. I've heard him a couple times. Like, we were out last night. Boy, like Jake was on one. He said, "What?"
Yeah. It's fun. It's a good time.
But I just think as long as you, not saying that this stuff equates to good sex.
Yeah.
Because obviously, I think actually a lot of times it equates to bad sex. But in people's minds, if you go in there being like, I'm going to pick her up and we're going to do this position and that position, I'll put you up against the wall and I'll flip you around. It's like, You can't do any of that, bro. You're gonna drop her. You're gonna get a cramp. You can't hold that position. You can't do these things. So shoot for third place. Don't go too far. Don't go too hard. All of a sudden, you end up, in the deep end with no life preserver.
How many times have you been like, just doing it, and just doing it? A couple guys who've had sex before a couple times.
A few sex average.
How many times have you been like, man, like that was awesome. It was so long, fucking great night. And then you go like look at Netflix and it was like half a scene of How I Met Your Mother.
When it's like you want me to rewind? She's like, no, I'm good. Yeah. Like I still understand what's going on. Fuck,
dude. I slept with a girl one time. We were watching the new fucking Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, like let's just toss it on. Like it was a pretty mutual, like I was toss something on. And then it wasn't great. The movie and the sex. And then I was like, do you want to finish the movie? And she was like, no, the first one was better. And she left. And in my head, for the next week, I was like, was she talking about the movie or the first time we had
sex? Second time you had sex?
Yeah, the second. And that was the sequel.
It gotta be the movie. But that's funny. The first one was better.
She if left before they got to the Chocolate Factory.
Were you like, I'll put on the old one. I can put on the old one.
I was like, okay, I can't.
Helicopter.
I splooged.
Splooged.
I'm fine.
God.
Oh, man.
Have you said this to your girl?
Last night. So yesterday was my birthday. We went out for birthday drinks. She was like, you feel kind of tense. I was like, honestly, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go on a podcast tomorrow and say things that I'm pretty nervous about. And she was like, what is it about? And I was like, I don't know. I just have this theory about like being the third best guy like you ever fucked.
What did she say?
She was just like, let's just eat dinner. No, I was like stumbling over my words. She was just like, what are you saying? And I was like, it's fine. I'll be fine. Don't worry. Just don't listen to it.
When you explain to people why you get stressed at Barstool when you're trying to explain to like a family member or a loved one, it is
like a madman.
It's very much like when Charlie's trying to explain to D why his life is hard. She's like, these aren't real problems, Charlie. You created these.
Like you just didn't have to do this at all.
Just stop eating the cat food, Charlie.
Oh man. It's like the amount of times, like I'll never forget when Dave followed me on Twitter. I was like, we were on a golf course and it was like still early foreplay when like Frankie and them were still like nervous about everything. Like things were still, you don't know. And for some reason, Dave followed me. And Trent and Frankie go, you will not tweet for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
He said, for some reason, he's on your radar. Don't say anything. Yeah. Like, just don't.
But, well, I do think it's a good theory. I would say, though, more often than not, your best like sex does end up being like if you're in a relationship with someone, you probably are not their best. You know, if you are hooking up with someone, you might be that. If you're fighting with somebody a lot and you're still having sex, you might be their best because that's why people put up with that shit. And then if you can find someone who fits both and you can like date them and they're good in the sack. Yeah. That's the holy grail, brother.
And I'm happy.
Yeah.
Me and my fiance, great relationship. It's been an awesome 4 years. Can't wait for eternity. I thought I was just making jokes with my friends. And I realized it was just the wrong group of people to bring it up to. And I'm never going to talk to Owen again.
I was going to say, I actually think that was the safest place you'll ever say it in. Don't say it to anybody else. Don't run around to the normies. If you can't say it to the fucking Barstool cretins, you definitely can't be at fucking Temple on a Saturday. So guys, what do you think of this?
No, yeah, I was with so all my high school friends are like not Jewish. So I think they also kind of see it as just like, oh, he's just a quirky little fucking Jew. for lack of a better term that we say.
You can be, KFC Radio's official
Jew. I got the birth certificate to prove it.
And come on and I think if you got more theories.
Brother, I got
like that. You can, yeah.
But I don't know if I'm gonna talk to him. I think I'm just gonna keep him on here.
Probably the safest bet. But if you want to make some great content, come on down.
Yeah, the other day my buddy said we went for a run together, and he was like, he doesn't wear headphones. He was like, I run to like kind of be with my thoughts, and I say I run to get away from
my thoughts. Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna start running away from here. And just
smart man, Jake Bass, ladies and gentlemen.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
Just being a Barstool cuck. I appreciate it.
All right, we're gonna get into our interview with Camille, but first we got to take care of our regular segments. We got voicemails and Am I the Asshole?
I got a pretty easy Who Am I the Asshole for today.
All right, voicemail time. Fun facts are electric, and we do want to keep the fun fact train rolling, make it a hallmark of KFC Radio. However, all the voicemails can't just be fun facts because we can't do fun facts 3 times a day, 3 times an episode. So only one fun fact per episode is going to make it. So if you really want to get your question or your story or something on the podcast, don't necessarily phrase it as a fun fact. You can... We still need the fun facts, but we still need the regular voicemails. Maybe you can leave 2. Call up with a fun fact and a good story. Maybe you phrase your fun story, your good story as a fun fact. Maybe you don't. So we got to keep the regular show rolling along with the fun facts.
The fun facts will continue. The fun facts are
life changing.
Arguably the best part of the show now.
Yeah.
However, we do still need to do the other parts of the show.
Shout out Osama. Next up. First up.
What's up, guys? So I got a quick question. So we've all been in that argument before where you're arguing sports, and if you didn't play the sport in the past, the person you're arguing with, they'll be like, I used to play football and you didn't, thinking that like they beat you because of that. So what's your guys' thoughts on that? Is that just the most stupid argumentative point ever, that in high school you played a sport and you think that you just know everything because of that? And yeah, let me know, because I hear that all the time. I didn't play sports because I suck at them, but I watch sports. And then people who don't watch sports are like, I played, and then I just have no response. And it looks like I lose the argument because I just don't know how to respond to that stupid point. Thanks.
This is very good because it's very true. It's incredibly stupid. It makes no sense that you played at an incredibly low level.
I think it depends on what maybe the argument is about.
Well, hang on, let me finish. It is incredibly stupid. It makes no sense.
And you'll do it every time?
It is the trump card.
Yeah.
It is on. Like, it's nonsensical.
You never even picked up a bat? You never even put on a glove?
Bro, I didn't see you at North Park after school, dude. The fuck do you know about baseball? It is. Bro, like, everyone knows so much more about sports than me. Guess what? I could probably beat you in all of them. So shut the fuck up.
It is because you know what it is, it's just like I'm big, you're small sort of thing.
Yeah,
it's not even necessarily. A lot of times those people will try to say I played the sport so I know how it feels in the bottom of the ninth, blah 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 blah. That's bullshit. But it's more just like I played the sport, meaning I'm bigger and faster and stronger than you, so I'm gonna yell louder and be right and you're gonna be wrong. Like there's inherently that part.
You don't know what it's like in the locker room with the boys, dude. So shut your mouth. It is.
But like if the question is like, I think you could if someone was like, dude, like chemistry does not matter. Like it's just about talent. Are the players on your team good or not? Yeah. And you were like, I don't know. I've been on teams before where like we weren't the most talented, but we just like clicked and won. And I'm not saying that my high school team, shit like that. Where it's like, things where there actually might be a little bit of evidence, whether you're at this level or this level, it does, play a factor. I don't know. There's some things where it could happen.
Yeah,
could
100%. It definitely, there are parts you can, but like particularly now with so much analytics in sports, like everybody knows way more about sports than me. Totally. Like way more.
But those guys,
but like, and that's why I don't really argue sports anymore. But I'm like I don't know. I still think I got a better fucking eye for this than you do. like they'll be like throwing stats at me. I'm like, yeah. But
where do you fall in the infamous?
Were you captain? Shut the fuck
up. Where do you fall in the infamous? Can a man wear a jersey? Debate.
I
saw Whit Dog was heavy, like you can't do it, and I think people were crushing them for it.
I'm largely against it. My reasoning is fashion reasoning. I don't think they really look great.
I think I look silly.
Yeah.
I don't care.
But I did wear one recently. I did wear one when I went to the Bruins game with my dad, the Bruins Flyers game.
I think hockey jerseys are particularly the silliest because you look like a girl wearing her boyfriend's sweatshirt.
Yeah.
It's like, you know,
but
sleeves are too long and it's too big.
But I actually kind of liked my fit. Like I wore just over a sweatshirt, pair of jeans, and it was a smaller jersey. And I was like, that's actually not so bad.
Okay. Yeah.
But like
I think a basketball jersey is a tough look now. Like, unless it's like summertime at the beach, what do you like the people who wear a t-shirt under it or like a hoodie under it? That kind of looks stupid.
Yeah.
Wear it without anything underneath it. Like, it better be, like I said, the beach. You can't, you know what I mean? Be like in a fucking restaurant like that. So that's kind of, and then a baseball jersey is just like preposterous.
Bro,
like
I was in a
jerseys,
baseball
like,
game once.
Anything other than at a baseball game. Like, if I just see you like at the bar wearing a baseball jersey, that's the worst of the worst.
It was, I was in a baseball game once, and a guy was in like gym shorts, like old school, like fucking hot sauce basketball shorts, like AI basketball shorts. Who's the picture they always use? Someone playing for St. Bonaventure.
Yeah. Which I swore would have been photoshopped.
Yeah. Like those and a Red Sox jersey, and he was sitting in front of me, and him and his buddy were looking at. Yeah. And
is that real or fake?
That's real.
That's real.
It's crazy, dude. Like that legit affects your dribbling.
Yeah.
And nowadays, it's just so funny how cyclical it is. You know, now we look like that's nuts. Look at that.
But he was wearing those. And he's wearing a Red Sox jersey, and him and his buddy during the game were passing back and forth his phone, trying to pick a diamond ring for his girlfriend. And I was like, "Hey, buddy, that clearly doesn't matter. Just so you know, she loves you." So I'm typically not a jersey guy, but again, my reasoning is strictly fashionable. So
right. Like I know cons is like you're wearing another man's name on your back. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah. See, I'm more likely I'll wear a jersey, or I'll design a pasta shirt and wear that. I just don't really wear the jersey that much.
It's like I don't think that's that big of a deal. I think it's almost more of a weird, like, what, you're so insecure you can't like rep another dude without feeling like, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, man, this guy's awesome. I love him. Like, he's a great player or whatever. So I rep him. Doesn't mean that I'm not a man. Right. I don't have my own accomplishments, or I didn't do, stuff. It's just like, that feels like you're insecure. Like, yeah, some people are like bigger, better, stronger, more successful, more wealthy than me. Like, I don't know.
They still listen to his music.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? You're not making your own music. We talk about it. We have McCusker coming up. Maybe next week, probably.
So fun.
And we were talking about just manliness in sports and stuff with that. And it actually kind of connects to the original question too, where I lived with a buddy who was one of the best hockey players I ever played with. Like, he's still the best pure skater I've ever seen, like, skate, who wasn't a professional hockey player. And he just did not give a fuck. Like, he wouldn't even argue. And that, we kind of talked with McCusker, where like I had an eye-opening moment about like men and sports, and that buddy kind of had a separate eye-opening moment where he was like, I don't care about this
any of this shit.
I'm just you're right, I am the best you've ever seen. I don't care. Like you guys can argue, I'll just sit there quietly. Once you guys start talking about Real Housewives, I'll start chiming in, but like, I don't give a shit about this.
Sometimes, man, you just it's like, particularly sports, like if you don't care about a puck going in a net, you can't fake that. You know?
He after his last game, he got a college scholarship, and after his last game, he threw his skates away and went, I'll never put those on again.
Never play again. Yeah. God damn. Oh, Glenny. What's up, Glenn?
Hey, what's up, you guys? So here's the thing. The thing is that I have formulated a question that, in theory, is quite simple in its nature. However, in practice, it is perhaps the most complex, intricate question that I've ever been exposed to, and it is as follows. Do Harlem Globetrotters get puss or not? I truly cannot for the life of me decide, because let's look at both sides here. I can see a world in which, obviously, like, who wants to bang a Harlem Globetrotter just because they're a Harlem Globetrotter? They don't carry any clout. There's no clout. Like, Jackie, do you want to bang? Is that what you want? Do you want to bang a Harlem Globetrotter?
Jackie?
I don't think so. However, the Instagram account has hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of followers. They go on national tours regularly. They are athletes, and I am confident that they've got more than a few lookers on the roster. So I can also see a world in which they're getting infinite puss. But I can see both of those things seem equally realistic to me, and to be honest, I don't know that there's a middle ground. I think that they are either swimming in that ish, or it's a barren wasteland for them out there. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you.
That's a great question. Again, obviously from Glenn. I think yes. Yes.
Bro, if there's one thing I've learned, if you have any sort of audience or attention more than the average guy, somebody's flocking to you. It doesn't, it can be obviously, that's, if you're a real superstar, it's like endless amounts. But if you're like captain of the chess club at school, you'll probably get a couple more girls than the average guy. If you're like, in the church choir, the girls at church will probably fuck you.
Yeah, that's
if
true.
You are, is that Za? Yo, that's Za. Crossover Tompkins is Za.
They're also just.
Was that guy full size?
No.
That guy's a midget too, yeah. I mean, that's Za. That's and one Za. Crossover, by the way, Crossover Tompkins is a great name.
There's also just the like, yes, I'm sure because they're athletes and all that stuff.
They're athletes.
But they're just athletic. They're just tall, athletic guys.
Those guys get pussy.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, if you're in school when you're younger, like the kid who runs the mile really fast gets pussy. When you play high school ball, the captain of the high school team will get chicks.
We've talked about this like kind of like a lot recently, where it's just like a lot of people. I think maybe like a 20-something-year-old girl is still like holding out for maybe a nick, but when you find a 30-year-old girl, she wants to fuck the Harlem Globetrotter. I want to fuck a Harlem Globetrotter.
Totally.
Because it's just someone like you go to brunch the next day with the friends. You're like, girls, I fucked a Harlem Globetrotter last night. And he was a little person.
Crossover Tompkins.
Yeah.
He gave me that dick.
I think, dude, I'll fuck a Harlem Globetrotter. Are you kidding me? The more I think about it, like, yeah, they're swimming in coos. The fucking like, dude, I'm horned up for a Harlem Globetrotter right now. Wait, go back to the ladies. I mean, I'll fuck a guy too. I don't care. But who's that top left?
There's girls?
Ace Porter. Yeah, Ace Porter can.
What about a Washington General? He's a professional cock.
That's the better question. That is the better question because those guys, in essence, are like performers.
Yeah.
These guys are like a member of a traveling circus, and they are,
constantly getting squirted in the face with water.
Yeah. They're the joke. They're the butt of the joke, but they're still big, tall, athletic guys, and probably have a sense of humor and all that.
Dude, the more I think about it, I want to fuck a Washington General more than I want to fuck a Harlem Globetrotter.
That's a better story.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
like the couple that one-upped the dude at the live show with the Q&A.
Yeah.
If some girl at brunch is like, guys, I fucked a Harlem Globetrotter last night. She's like, oh yeah, well I fucked the captain of the Generals. They're both in town, baby.
I can see a sect of people being more reluctant to admit this. Like, did you go home with that guy last night? Like, I did. He plays at MSG. Like, oh, really? Like, what's he play? Like, basketball. What team? The Harlem Globetrotters. I would come out. I'd have a tattoo before I even got to brunch. I fucked a Harlem Globetrotter. Are you kidding me? That's such a great story. Everyone is so interested in that. Also, by the way, in that picture, scroll out for a second. They're up. The Generals are up 24-22 right
I'm
here.
looking up the record right now, beating the Harlem Globetrotters. Figures vary exactly on how often they beat the rivals. Some reports say 6, while the official team website has 3 victories over the Globetrotters. 1 in 54, 1 in 58, 1 in 71. 1971 is the most storied of these victories, and sometimes reported as the only victory. Playing as the New Jersey Reds, they won 100-99 in Martin, Tennessee, ending their... How long do you think their losing streak was? Did you see it? Right?
No.
Take a guess how long their losing streak was until 1971 when they won a game.
400 games.
2,495.
Bro, you know how they say it's like a hammer versus a nail?
Yeah.
The nail wins way more often than that. Be it,
yeah. That's like people miss the nail.
With someone like me, the nail wins. It's a kind of a 50-50.
Yeah. The overtime win gets credited to Eddie Mahar.
The Washington Generals fan blog.
You know who writes that? Another Frank the Tank.
Yeah. It's exactly what I thought.
That's not up to date, is it? That's got to be old. Yeah, 2011.
There's not much to update. Lost again.
Yeah.
There was you say that there's varied statistics on this. I thought they won fairly recently. I thought they won in my lifetime.
So do I, because I don't think I would have known that was a thing until they beat them.
There was definitely
learning that they beat them, and then it's like, what do you mean? Oh, they lose every single time.
There was definitely
while the Globetrotters were entertaining the crowd that day, they lost track of the game and the score. They found themselves down 12 with 2 minutes to go. Forced to play normal basketball, the Globetrotters rallied but did not recover. The Reds secured the victory when a 50-year-old Klotz hit a game-winning basket with seconds left. Then Meadowlark Lemon missed a free shot that would have given them the game back. The timekeeper tried to stop the clock but could not. When the final buzzer sounded, the crowd was dumbfounded and disappointed. Klaus described the fans' reaction. They looked at us like we killed Santa Claus. I would have got... Some children in the stands were crying after the loss. The Reds celebrated by dousing themselves with orange soda instead of champagne. Lemon was furious, saying, "You lost. I didn't lose," but still visited the opposing team's locker room to congratulate the Reds. I mean, I would have...
know it's a show. He thinks it's a damn fight.
Yeah. How about this? Derek Dizzy Grant went from the Washington Generals. He got promoted to the Globetrotters in 2010. Jonte Too-Tall Hall went from he got traded in 2011.
It's like the deadline when you get traded from a loser to a...
Paul Sturgis went down. He went from the Globetrotters to the Generals.
That's dumb.
That's crazy.
That's might as well go work at Enterprise.
He was 7'7", and he wore a mask, and he took on a villainous role of being like, "I'm the former." That's funny. God, that's awesome. See,
I'll let you know all their tricks. They're gonna dribble a lot.
The girls will for sure fuck these guys.
Yeah, but if they won't, the guys will. I'll pick up the slack.
All right, last voicemail. What do we got?
I want to kick this off by saying thank you for dubbing me Fun Fact Girl. Great nickname. I want to follow that by saying I've had some alcohol, so please disregard if this is a little bit long-winded. I have to now go be in charge of a bunch of other people, but that's neither here nor there. Fun fact, the city of Americano, Brazil is founded entirely by Confederate expatriates. It's just this town in the Brazilian jungle that after the Civil War was founded by a bunch of people from the South who were angry that the South lost, and they said, let's move to Brazil. Start a whole new city where we can still do the things that we're not allowed to do anymore. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, that town still celebrates Confederate-themed festivals where they wear gray uniforms and Scarlett O'Hara dresses. The Confederate flag is in the town's coat of arms. But isn't that weird? That there's just this city in the Brazilian jungle that, like, is all gone with the windy?
Who you got?
Crazy. Anyways, give it a Google. Fascinating stuff.
Who you got? Hitler, Argentina versus Civil War, Brazil.
I mean, Civil War, Brazil, I guess, because they were more secretive about it. Everyone knows about Hitler in Argentina.
Well, the thing, it was tough with the Hitler in Argentina because all of a sudden there was just blonde hair, blue-eyed people running around South America. Right. All of a sudden it was like, whoa.
You're a bad one.
Yeah. But also it sounds like Americano, they're just fucking celebrating it like...
It's just cosplay?
Yeah, that's what... It sounds like the people who
Confederados.
Confederados. I thought it was, yeah. I mean, this sounds like... the people who do like the Civil War reenactments, they got trapped in it and they never get out.
Yeah, we got slaves as a bit.
I do really. I while the only two examples of this I have are Nazism and slavery, not good. I do really respect the idea of like, let's not like fight for like everyone to be this way, and I'm not going to push my thoughts on you. Let's just go start our own town where we do it. I would like a better example for me to lean upon.
Waco.
0 for 3. But like if there was just some town that was just like, you're not going to have pressure to like go out at night. There's no nightlife. We just hang out at home, and everybody just, I guess that's just like a over 55 town. I'm just
North
trying
Conway,
to think
New
of
Hampshire.
things
That one's nice.
Where?
North Conway, New Hampshire. Not much.
Where did that happen?
No,
Or what happened
that's
there? Oh, it
a
was just a
genuine
spot.
one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, great. Cranmore,
I
nice
thought you were
little ski
saying, like,
mountain.
Jonestown or something like that.
Driving distance from Attitash. Nice little town square. And not much
just,
nightlife.
Just like if there was, if somebody just said like, we're gonna go start this town and live exactly the way me and everybody else likes to live, and we don't need to hear from you guys ever again, then who cares?
Bro, you did just invent the suburbs.
The not going out is just I'm trying to think of things that I like to do, and I don't have anything specific. But if there was something very specific about me that like society shunned or didn't, there probably should be a pedophile city is what I'm saying. There probably should just be, you guys go live there. The problem is if they are still enslaving people, not good.
No.
If the Nazis are in Argentina still doing Nazi stuff, not good. But if it's just like we get together and we wear the clothes and we celebrate the flag and stuff, I just, keep your racist town in your racist town, and then we're all good.
Yeah.
Then we all win. What I'm talking about is segregation, is what I realize. Well, we're coming back to segregation. And I think there's still a decent amount of people on both sides who are like, let's just stay separate. It all works out better. But, fun fact girl, 2 for 2.
Yeah.
The pressure's on now with the nickname and everything.
All right.
I just want to say this fun fact girl, don't be afraid to not call in. Now is a critical time in Fun Fact Girl's history. And it's like, if you don't have a good one, don't force it.
Yeah.
Your next one has to be a good one. Let it simmer. You can call in a couple weeks. Maybe make sure you have a great one. Don't force it. Because as we've seen sometimes with KFC Radio listeners, you give a mouse a cookie, and next thing you know, they're like, I started a new Fun Fact podcast. Relax.
If I could make a recommendation, never mind.
Let's get to our interview.
I just literally forgot what I was going to say.
I don't know what's worse, your bladder or your brain.
It is.
You're the only reason I haven't checked myself into a mental institute, because my brain is lacking, because your brain's worse than mine. I have for sure early onset dementia. You just have full blown dementia.
What was I going to say?
And you probably were going to say, I've got to take a piss.
Shut down.
No. I've asked for it a bunch of times. We've never done it. If we could do a supercut of you going, it's like, fuck it, I don't remember. It's happened a billion times. It's amazing. It's part of the podcast. A little piece of me every time goes, he's not going to remember.
Heather McMahon.
On the podcast, one of my favorite comics. Just a great performance from her. Just a fucking... When you talk about someone who's just living life right, like she's just doing it, she's kind of like these people I'm talking about. She's just living her life her way with her people doing her thing. Yeah. She's kind of like the Nazis in Argentina and the Civil War freaks in Brazil.
She's from Georgia, which is like Americano in America.
I'll tell you what, I just got very excited to read this ad read because it's for Original Penguin, Perry Ellis. If you don't know Original Penguin, you don't have class. That's all I'm going to say right now. If you don't know Original Penguin, no class for you. It is a heritage brand rooted in sports of leisure, like golf and tennis. Original Penguin is the brand you wear for good times. You should be able to picture it in your head right now. If you don't know the Original Penguin logo, you and we don't have anything in common. The 1955 is a sportswear icon. It's an icon. It was born in the most unusual places. Fueled by whiskey. Dude, this is right up my alley. Abbott Peterson purchased an unlikely drinking buddy for his flight home in the form of a stuffed penguin he named Pete. Original Penguin has been adored by masters of culture and sport to define itself as an American classic that knows how to have fun. Still repeated by the originals today, this iconic brand now fully encompasses the lifestyle of what it means to be an original and how to enjoy yourself while doing it. They are what you wear for the good times. It's got ambassadors like Cam Smith and other people. But shop the Original Penguin spring stuff. I still have a ton of Original Penguin stuff. Hook me up, Original Penguin. I'm going to shop the Spring/Summer 23 collection at originalpenguin.com and enjoy an original good time. But I'd like some stuff because I love Original Penguin.
And
but if you're good at it,
you know who one of the best examples is right now? Another cover star.
Which?
Miss Martha Stewart.
I was just going to say Martha Stewart, but I didn't want to say Martha, and then you'd be like, actually,
damn,
she does whatever she wants.
Bro, 81.
How incredible does she look too?
80. Bro, that's so crazy.
I'd kind of forgotten about Martha Stewart until the pandemic when she was just making drinks that had like 5 drinks in it. She was like, yeah, I like to do my martinis. And I was like, that is a gallon of vodka. I like this lady.
That's not a martini. That's a bottle of vodka in a triangle cup. That's all that is. And then think about if you went on the cover as like a 50-year-old, people would be like, wow, like how brave and courageous and amazing. Add a whole other adult life onto that, and that's where she's at. And it's like fucking fire.
In her video, her cover reveal video, I love watching. I'm forever a fan of the brands. Like I was a teenager, but I would like every year this time of year. Well, it used to be February because football was done. There was no sports. Sports Illustrated swimsuit came out. Like and everyone looked forward to that one time a year.
Yeah.
We still do. And when I used to like go and watch the casting videos and the behind the scenes videos of making the shot and the interviews of the women, because it's women like Chrissy Teigen and Ashley Graham and Heidi Klum, and all these women are moguls. Like it was, that was the coolest part about SI to me, and it is to this day, because they were so much more than a beautiful woman posing in the magazine. And I honestly just lost my train of thought.
No, I mean Martha is Martha. Mogul.
Thank you.
She was a mogul first, and then, you know what I mean?
Wait, I do that all the time, and I always have nightmares that I'm going to do it on an interview, and I just did it. But you just brought me back. At least I'm remembering it.
We do it all the time.
So I like still get excited, like, oh my God, I'm going to go click the link, go to the website, go check all the covers, and then watch the videos. The video is my favorite part. And so I don't know much about Martha Stewart, and now I want to know everything because I'm like, she's repping our brand. She's our cover star. Like,
she's a gangster, dude.
In the video, she just said this one line. She said a lot of things, but she said, I am in this magazine, like now at this time in my life, and I want every woman who looks at my photo to know that they could be on the cover too. And like, I love that messaging because this, for as much as like, this is like, will forever be an accolade that I carry on with me for the rest of my life to the day I die. I want everyone, like women who think it's cool, to feel like they're seen, like they're heard, like they're enough, like they could be on the magazine, because I never thought that day would come. Maybe Martha was like, never was like, yeah, when I'm 81, I'm going to be on the cover of Sports. You just never know. But when you just truly open yourself up to embracing all that you are and sharing that with the world, regardless of the hate, beautiful things come to your life, beautiful people. You attract like the best and most beautiful things. And that's an unbelievable message. It's like, you know, maybe is it literally a magazine cover? Probably not for most people, but like whatever your version of that thing is. You know? Well, and that's why this was so important to me, because it did so much for me internally as a woman growing up and growing into my body. And then, you know, add on during the time of social media. I mean, if I didn't post a video on Instagram, I couldn't have even been discovered by Sports Illustrated at that time in my life.
You gotta put yourself out there a little bit. You gotta go through some shit. You gotta take a little bit of hate. Find the good, and the next thing you know, good things happen. Amen, girl.
Yeah.
Congratulations on all your success. I feel like every time you come in, it's like more, you know, the same stuff over and over again. Like
well, before we used to talk about all the bikinis I wore and what was my favorite one, and now we're just like, I'm back now, let's talk.
All right, big thanks for watching. If you made it through this whole episode, that means you should be subscribed. There's so many of you out there who watch and don't subscribe, so make sure you are a KFC Radio subscriber. Make sure you get all the content when it drops. Click that button now.
I have 9 fingers. I'm still subscribed. It's that easy.